Hello, today we're looking at a 2007 Volkswagen Jetta. In this particular Jetta, the headliner had fallen down, which nearly all Jettas of this generation and age range have this exact same problem. The headliner was cut a little too short from the factory, starts pulling, it's too tight, and you need to replace it. It can be extremely involved pulling the headliner in this particular vehicle. In the factory, they insert it through the glass. And in my case, I actually managed to pull it out through the passenger door. I've got a couple links to some different materials to help you walk through pulling it. I did not pull the seats out or the console as they suggest, and I was able to get it out, I feel like, in good condition. There's a small crease at the very front, so I had to fold it somewhere, and the place where I chose to fold it was right here. Which I think will be pretty much a completely invisible place, but we'll see when everything's put back together. I'm just going to do kind of a reverse walkthrough. I wanted to kind of get everything apart before I tried to explain it, because I wasn't 100% sure this was going to really work out. But everything went pretty well. The headliner in this vehicle, as I said, is a little bit involved. We've got the sun visors, rear dome light. I've got the front dome light and upper console right here. All the oh shit bars. Here's the rear trim, then the ABC pillar trim right here, the side seat bolsters, and so as you can see, there's quite a few components, and I'm just going to walk through reassembling it and give you some pointers that I picked up disassembling it, and we'll see how it looks when we get all done. Hopefully it looks better than new, since new wasn't too great in this case. Alright, I've got the newly recovered headliner back in the vehicle. I wish I could have gotten a good video of putting it back in, but it was a two-person job and I only had 2 sets of hands. So I obviously paid a professional to do the recovering. Seems like he did a pretty good job, and I'm just doing the installation myself, which is quite a bit more time consuming and doesn't need any of the specialized tools that they have. But I was able to get it out without removing the seats or the console, which is apparently what is recommended. I kind of had to bend it in half like this to get it through, and the only bad crease, quite deliberately, was right here, which will be right here, which I think will be pretty much completely invisible to someone in the car. And you can see places like there's a crease right here on this side, and it's not visible at all on the other side. So I had to mangle it a little bit, but I think it was just fine. Altogether, it took me about maybe 2 pretty casual hours to remove it. If I was in a hurry and knew what I was doing, I probably could have done it in under an hour. So, a couple tips before I kind of get into it. I'm assuming you're watching this and getting ready to take it apart. Wash your hands often. The trim pieces are pretty messed up. On the inside, they're all dusty and gross. Don't lose your screws. There are fasteners at the top of the pillars, the B and C pillars, and the A pillars, and they're easy to lose. I had a Torx key on a switchblade, and then I just had a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, that I'd stick in there to grab the screws. I still dropped one of them down there and had to go fish it out. Just take your time and be careful. Most of the clips are oh, this one, the clips are still stuck on the body. Most of the clips are of this design. They've got this black piece right here. It inserts into a white piece, and depending on how it comes out, it might slide off this latch right here, or it might the black part might pull out of the white part, or the white part might pull out of the frame. And before I reinstall everything, I'm going to have to go through and pull all the white bits off, put them back into the frames that these black pieces will insert into the white pieces. Some of them are just basic metal leaf clips like this. These are much more simple and straightforward. I can't really think of anything else right off the top of my head. So I guess I'll just start putting it back together. I'm going to start in the back with these rear anchors. So these will be the last ones you take off. Where the, see if I can orient this video better, where the back of the headliner hooks up right in front of the top center brake light. There's 4, I think, T25s. Everything's a T20 or T25. And I'm going to hook those up. And then I'm going to go to the front and I'm going to hook up the sun visor anchors on the inside edges of the center console. Then that will suspend the headliner and I can start putting all the hardware back on. Now, before we completely install the headliner, we need to set up the grab handle brackets. And I tried it the other way, and this is the way that the internet suggested, and it seems like it's the easier way. And I pulled these mounting hardware pieces out of the place where they mount up, attached it to this brace, and then loosely assembled the whole assembly. And I'm going to press it up and snap these into place. And these are technically one-time use only pieces that squash when you tighten them down. And I just kind of popped them out, straightened them out a little bit, and it seems like they're snapping back into place. I know you can buy replacements if you need to, but this seems like the best way to do it. And then obviously those handles will hold it into place once you have them popped in. So these can be the first bits that you attach. So these two sides seem to work okay, and I've just got these two sides here that I've got assembled just like that.